Lately, I've been trying to spread awareness on what it means to be small government to a Republican. And it's normally not small government in the way that you think it means, like, oh, I get more personal liberties and freedoms. No, it's not that at all, actually. Uh, Anyways, on the topic of social programs and the government's role in it, the other day Trump came out and said the quiet part out loud. In case you forgot, I'll play it now.
And I actually said to them, I said to Russell, don't send any money for daycare because the United States can't take care of daycare. That has to be up to a state. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it too. Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things. They can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing, military protection. We have to.
And now we have a story that the new DHS secretary, Mr. Let's Take It Outside, Mr. former Senator Markwayne Mullin, calling for FEMA to essentially be privatized, to be like kind of abolished, at least massively reformed. I am kind of mischaracterizing a little. We'll read it, and then I'm going to give you kind of the analysis of how this fits into the overall big picture of Republican politics and weaponizing and using the term small government as like a way to do really horrible shit. So let's see what we have here. This is from The Guardian. DHS Secretary calls for U.S. states to lead disaster response instead of FEMA. So not privatization. I'm sorry. I was mixing up with just the other day. The Trump White House indicated that they want to privatize TSA. My bad. Anyways, Markwayne Mullin, the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary, used a visit to Asheville, North Carolina to call for a fundamental shift in the role. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, argues that states and local governments, not the federal agency, should lead disaster response. We shouldn't look at FEMA as being a first responder, but look at FEMA as supporting the first responders you already have, Mullin told reporters at a roundtable discussion. I mean, in a way, that's kind of how FEMA works, isn't it? Like, you act like these states and their local fire departments and police departments, and you act like they're just like standing by while people are being swept away in a flood, just being like, we can't do anything because FEMA has to be here. What? FEMA always seems it kind of serves as backup. You know what I mean? Like, you're always working with the localities first. Like, tell me you have never been in DHS, been on any DHS like FEMA committee or anything without telling me that you haven't. Mullin's remarks came as he toured Western North Carolina to highlight federal recovery efforts after Hurricane Helene, which devastated the region in September 2024. He explained that he'll bring the briefing to the president on 22 other disasters around the nation. The state is much more equipped. Neighbors are much more equipped. Neighbors? What are you talking about? Local mayors are much more equipped. Emergency response from the states have much better equipment than FEMA. Yeah, and they use that equipment in these disasters. You think they just have all this emergency management equipment stowed away and say, we'll just keep this in this shed. We don't need to worry about breaking it out because we have FEMA. What are you talking about? These people are using all their resources and they still need FEMA assistance. You know, sure, maybe a couple blue states could get away with this because, you know, they actually have money and they're net taxpayers into the government. But for a lot of these poorer red states, the hell are they going to do? Just roll over and die? Like, what are you talking about? Mullin's comments come as the agency has faced intense scrutiny over its handling of the Helene recovery. Helene, that was in September 2024, it said. You know what's funny about this? I remember there were a couple things that played into the response. I don't even want to call it fully botched response in Helene. Like, it was a horrific event. But some things that played into FEMA maybe not as being as effective they could have been in that situation. One was, I recall, and it seems like everyone forgot about this except for me. I remember Trump came out and said that Oh, FEMA can't help you because they spent all their money in housing illegal immigrants in hotels in New York City. Now, obviously, the context is that yes, there is like a DHS FEMA fund for that, but it was specifically like that fund only existed for that. They didn't take from existing funds for that. So that was just a lie. And that lie spread into like a lot of controversy where you had reports of armed little militias on the ground in these zones that were struck by the hurricane. They were on the ground with guns hunting FEMA agents, and there was several times where FEMA had to actually suspend operations because of this. And then the second issue that hindered the response was in Congress, there were bills proposed by Democrats to increase FEMA funding in response to Hurricane Helene. And you know who blocked that funding from going through? Mike Johnson. Republicans and Mike Johnson blocked any funding increases for FEMA during the recovery of Hurricane Helene. Like, Jesus Christ, how did these people sleep at night, man? Mullin's predecessor, Kristi Noem, came under fire by FEMA staff and disaster experts for insisting upon personally reviewing all agency spending over $100,000. That policy became a bottleneck for the distribution of recovery funds to Asheville. He also said that FEMA should be restructured, not eliminated, responding to concerns about Noem floating the idea of eliminating the agency entirely and shifting the responsibility for disaster or recovery onto states. You know, I have a better idea. You know what DHS agency we should probably just abolish and let the states handle it? ICE. As recently as 2019, Mullin also questioned the existence of the global climate crisis. Oh, great. Yes, we have another climate. I mean, all Republicans by nature are just like climate change deniers now, but Jesus Christ, like we have so many anti-vax and climate change deniers running our government. It's spectacular. But there is a scientific consensus that global warming is real, human-caused, and dangerous. An analysis conducted in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene found that the storm was made 200 to 500 times more likely because of the climate crisis and 10% wetter. When it comes to delays in helping North Carolina recover, Mullin pointed to the disaster backlog and insisted that they haven't been forgotten. Wow, man. So I'm so sick. I'm so sick of Republicans, man. Like, these truly a cancer on our society. I'm so sick of this like whole like small government obsession they have. But like, let me get this straight. When a government or when a Republican says a small government, that's normally like, oh wait, hey, let's do a single payer system. Let's universalize healthcare. Oh, that's big government. That's big government. Leave it up to the states. Hey, why don't we have like universal daycare and universal pre-K? I don't. No. Big government. Big government. Stay out of my life. Leave it up to the states. Hey, maybe we should have basic food assistance and food guarantees for people in the richest country on earth. No. We shouldn't do that at all. Actually, big government. Let the churches and communities handle it through freaking donations. And of course now disaster response. Like, oh yeah, that's all big government bullshit. The state should handle that. States' rights, yeah. But when it comes to taking away state control of their National Guard against the state's will to use against the state's own citizens, yeah, that's fine to have the government do that and take that right away from the state. What about like you're fine with big government having a internal police force in ICE that their budget is over $140 billion, larger than the U.S. Marine Corps budget. It's fine to have these masked, unaccountable Gestapo thugs go into any state against the state's wishes and terrorize the civilians against at will. So that's fine. That's not big government. Wanting to defy the Constitution and make it so states don't have a right to regulate their own elections. That's not big government. That's common sense. Wanting to control who can and can't participate in sports based on their gender identity down to the high school level. But we need the government to step in for that. States can't make that decision on their own. And of course, like there's never a problem about big government when you want to funnel $1.5 trillion into the military. Yeah, that is their budget proposal for next year. So that's great. Like that's all fine. It's national security. It's to protect the kids or whatever. So I'm so sick and tired of the hypocrisies and everything. The broader point is that Republicans will take systems like FEMA, like the TSA. They will either do cuts, throw in means testing, more red tape, to basically make it so these programs appear that the government is incompetent. They're not serving the people as they should. And it leads to what they can campaign on, which is, oh, government sucks. Government can't do anything right. Let's privatize things. Let's cut all these things. And I just think of like a future, the like what the U.S. could have, like if we just if we just launched Republicans into the sun, because like they are truly the ones stepping in front of like all progress. All right. Um, Now, you know, I wish that we didn't have to deal with like the craziness of Republicans right now, and we could go back to like focusing on pushing the Democrats further to the left. But now we're stuck trying to push the Republican Party and even the Democratic Party like from falling off the cliff on the right. The Republicans have already fallen off it. The Democrats are kind of just standing over the edge, looking down at them. But the wind's starting to pick up behind their
If you
backs.
made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.